Hi everybody, it's Kayla, and welcome back to Speed Build Sunday. So today we're attempting to build a beautiful colonial house in The Sims 4. Now today, you guys, can I just say, this is one of my favorite styles of houses ever. Just in real life, in The Sims, in all of it. I love this kind of house. It was so fun to build. I was being kind of a brat when I started building it, which is often what I do. I'm kind of a brat. But on Twitch, I was kind of talking about how this is one of the easiest kind of houses to build because it's really just a box. And, which, I mean, it's hard to make the interior look good, but the outside is really easy to make look nice because it's just a box. And I was talking on Twitch and I was like, I can build this in like 5 minutes, watch. And then I built one in like 5 minutes, didn't record it, and then I was like, you know what? I want to make a video out of this. And so I recorded another one, did it again, built a second one that I think is better. It's a little bit bigger, and this is a pretty nice house. I believe it's like 4 bedrooms. It's really fancy on the inside, definitely a bit of an expensive home for the record, but it is nice, and I'm pretty sure I didn't use like a million packs, although I probably did. I don't know, who knows? But either way, I tried really hard. It was really cute. I had issues with the windows and trying to make like it just look good because I wanted to put a door on the second floor upstairs to make a balcony in the backyard, and I couldn't find one that matched well enough to make me not want to scream, so I was a little bit frustrated there, but I made it work in the end, and overall, it's just a really cute house. I was really pleased with it, and it was fun to build. And again, it's just a box. It's not even a fancy box, it's just a box, which is interesting, because I feel like oftentimes when you have just a box house in The Sims, it looks really bad, but this kind of house is very common in real life, so you can kind of pull it off in The Sims with just being a box, which is exciting, you know, because just a box is always a good thing. And also, you know what, sometimes windows, this many windows, like, usually looks bad in The Sims, I feel like, but for some reason, this style of house, it works. I think it's because of how common these are in real life, at least around where I grew up, not necessarily where I live now, but, like, when I was living in Illinois, this kind of thing was a lot more common. You don't see this kind of house really in Florida, to be honest, but it was definitely more common around up there. Maybe it's like a Midwestern thing, a more northern sort of thing, definitely not in Florida. We have, less this kind of colonial and more like Spanish colonial type stuff going on here. We don't have this kind of house really at all. But that's okay. That's fine. I don't think I've ever seen a house like this in Florida, which is probably a lie, but it doesn't stand out. Whereas you'll have like whole neighborhoods, other places that are just houses like this, which is kind of fun. It's kind of cute. I liked how it was a little bit asymmetrical too, because on the one side there's that like what I'm calling an addition. They've put on an addition, and it's like made out of paneling instead of the brick because it's obviously an addition. I thought that was cute. I was proud of myself for that idea, so I'm just saying. But I've built many houses that are sort of similar to this. I have one that's a base game house. It looks a little different. There's a bigger porch in the front, but it's a base game house and it costs under 40K. It's like a 5-bedroom house that's under 40K. I try to do one of those like big houses for a little bit of money challenges, and so I made that base game house with only 40,000 simoleons, which was so hard. It's so hard to do, to make a big house for a large family without any money. Like, just playing The Sims is hard, you know? It's hard to make things look good without a lot of money, but I think I pulled it off. So it's in my gallery. I built that a long time, like over a year ago probably. That's one of my most downloaded things in the gallery too. Turns out people like things that are base game only and cheap. So who knew? It's so weird with that kind of thing because stuff like that is so hit or miss on the gallery because, for one, generally starter homes and base game houses get more downloads, but like those things don't get as many views on YouTube, which is interesting because like obviously people want to watch like fancy builds. They don't want to watch a starter home. I mean, you might want to, but like more commonly I feel like you'll click on like some cool looking house than you would like a tiny starter home. And it's not as exciting, like let's be realistic, it's not that fun to watch someone build a starter home, but it's definitely fun to watch someone build a mansion. Like, it's more interesting, because anyone can build a starter home, but, like, not anybody can build a mansion, myself included. I cannot build a mansion. I'm not good at The Sims. I'm not good at mansion building at all. I wish that I was. I'm getting better. Okay, here's, like, a spoiler alert for our videos coming soon this week. I did another Let's Build, okay? I did one a couple weeks ago where I baked this Mediterranean mansion-style house, and I was really proud of myself. It was really good, and I decided that I was going to try and do another one, and I asked for suggestions what to build. I can't talk. I asked for suggestions of what to build, and everybody was like, modern house, beach house, and I was like, no, and I built a farm instead. And I've built the entire exterior. All I have left to do is the furnishing. It's all landscapes and everything. It took me forever. I spent like 2.5 hours on it already, and I finally got there with the exterior, but it's on that big 50 by 50 lot in Willow Creek. It's this big farmhouse. There's a barn on the lot. There's a whole farm. It's really cool, and I'm really proud of myself. So stay tuned, you guys. Next couple weeks, you'll be seeing my farm come to life. I'm real proud of myself. It's one of those builds where, like, I don't know, it's kind of ambitious because it's a giant lot, for one, and it's kind of a weird style, because I build farmhouse type things, but never, like, farm big farmhouses with barns on the lot and big farmland and stuff. It's like a big project, and I was kind of proud of myself to see how it came together because it was scary. It's daunting to take on a big lot, okay? I never build on giant lots because it just takes so much time, and it's so hard to make big houses look good. It's so difficult. But I'm getting somewhere, okay? I've been branching out. Who knows? Maybe I'll take on more big lots, although I doubt that I'll do that. It's just, practically though, like, let's be realistic for a second, right? If I'm trying to make like 3 speed builds a week, okay, that's a lot of time spent building in The Sims 4. And it's not possible to make like big boy builds that often, you know? Because I mean, I'm a student who also like has a full-time job on the internet. So like the time that we have here is limited. Like, so can I spend 5 hours on a house build? No. Can I spend 5 hours on 2 house builds? Probably. Like 2.5 hours per build is a better just division of my time, I guess, than it is spending 5 hours on one build because it's just so much effort. It's too much. Also, I'm looking at the kitchen again and I'm really pleased. I really enjoyed the kitchen in this house. I was really proud of myself. I also put a lot of like paneling everywhere. There's a lot of like wainscoting and stuff. It's a very expensive looking interior. I will admit this, and there's like patterns, like stripy stuff on the wall too. These people are into wallpaper. For sure, they're into wallpaper. I liked that about them. I think it's nice. I feel like some richy rich family lives here. I forget what the bedrooms look like, but I'm sure they're richy rich bedrooms too. It's a pretty well off family. They've got pretty extravagant taste. It's like in between extravagant and suburban, if that makes sense. It's like almost grandma, but like a little more extravagant, but like kind of just like a casual family house. Also, I had placed that whole time, I had placed a Parenthood fridge and a Jungle Adventure stove, and I was like, why don't they match? Because I thought I had a Parenthood stove and I didn't get it, and I was complaining about it, and then I was like, oh, this is the wrong stove. That's why. I get it now. Because here's the thing, right? I never really do many houses that are super not base game. So a lot of times I don't end up using a lot of packs, if that makes any sense, because I sometimes make a house that's got 1 million packs in it. I'll admit that. But most of the time when I'm building, especially recently, I try really hard to limit my pack choices, so I only use a few packs. And when I'm doing that, I'll make sure, like, if I'm not using Parenthood, I won't use the Parenthood items. And also, most of the time in my kitchens, and a lot of, like, very functional spaces, it's fine, I think, to use decorative items from other packs, because it's like, oh, if you're missing a book, like, whatever. But if you're using, like, the stove from Parenthood, and you download the house and the stove is gone, it's like, it kind of ruins the house, right? So I end up using base game stuff for like the big ticket items all the time, and that's kind of annoying because I never use the new stoves from Parenthood. I never use the Parenthood kitchen set, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to branch out a little bit more. I use the Parenthood fridge and stove today. This is a big day for me, so be proud of me, folks. We're really doing well here, okay? But this house has a study, it's got a dining room, it has a bar area, it has a living room, obviously, and there are, like I said, I think there's like 4 bedrooms, maybe 3 upstairs. I'm not entirely certain. I don't remember, which is not uncommon for me. I also did that fun thing with the coffee table again, where I made the flower-shaped coffee table. A lot of the coffee tables don't overlap well. A lot of them clip really weird when you try to overlap them, but this coffee table, this like florally shaped one that I've made, that table I put down to place it, my phone went off. Okay, The Sims 4 just tweeted. So I was waiting for a text from my mom, so I had my phone off silent, but it was just The Sims. The only notifications I get are from my mom and from The Sims. I've got notifs on for The Sims 4 Twitter, by the way. But anyway, that table, you can do that. It clips a little bit, but you can't tell, which is good. So it looks like one solid table, but it's not. Unless you hover over it, and then you can see the table options. But either way, kind of fun. It's like a fun way to make your own coffee table, because we have a few round coffee tables, but actually, the only round coffee table we have is that one, I think. I mean, we have some big square ones, but they're like a little bit too big. And there's also the round one, like from My First Pet Stuff. Great shape, round coffee table filled with fish. I don't know if you've seen it, but that coffee table, it's a fish tank table, which is really cool. But like realistically, how often are you going to use a fish tank table? Like never. You're never going to use it. We don't use fish tank table. Like it's not practical. I wish that it was. But it's not. I'm going to build a house specifically surrounded by that fish tank. Like, I'm going to make a house inspired by the fish tank coffee table. I'm going to make a My First Pet Stuff inspired house. I don't know, I like the idea of that fish tank coffee table, but it reminds me of like, okay, I forget what movie this was, but I have this memory in my head. Obviously, it's in my head, it's a memory. But I have this memory of watching some, like, bad Disney Channel original movie. Not that it wasn't, like, they're all good, but, like, this one was, like, not the greatest. And the people had, like, gone to some motel, but it was, like, kind of a fancy motel, and they had water beds there. And I just picture, like, when I think of the fish tank coffee table, I picture, like, fancy water bed that has fish in it, which I don't even think is that's not a thing. But, like, it reminds me of some movie I watched at some point. What movie does anyone know what I'm talking about? It was like a fancy motel with water why do I have this memory? Somebody, please, someone else has to have this vibe in their brain. Please tell me you know. What is that? What am I thinking of? It's probably nothing. I just made it up. But it was like a dream that I had. Guys, what was that thing again? Can you tell me about it? No, it'll be fine. Someone will know. Someone will know. But either way, I just get weird vibes from that coffee table, and I feel like that feels a lot more like a modern, like a super fancy modern, like, whoa, really expensive house, fish tank, coffee table, instead of just like the cutesy children's pack. You know, like how many cutesy children have a coffee table made of fish? Like, you don't put fish in a coffee table for your kids, like in your playroom. No, but it is about pets. But like, you can't even feed those fish in the coffee. I don't know. Speaking of feeding the fish, isn't it weird how in The Sims 4 you don't need to feed the fish? They just exist. Like in The Sims 3 you had to feed your fish and stuff, otherwise they would die. But in The Sims 4, you don't at all. They just, again, exist. I figured they would update that when they added cats and dogs, but they did not. I mean, we didn't get any new pets in cats and dogs, but maybe they could have updated it with My First Pet stuff and made it so you have to feed fish like how you have to feed, I don't know, your hamster. But no, they didn't. You still can just never feed your fish and have one. They don't do anything though. You just exist with them. You just put them in a bowl. It's kind of like the frogs, how they're just like collectibles. You just have it in a jar thing on your table. Like, it's not that exciting. Back in the day, before we had pets, I used to like give my Sims a frog and be like, it's their pet frog, haha, its name is whatever. I would like sit it on their desk, and like my child Sims all had pet frogs because I was overcompensating for my lack of pets. And then I used to make my Sims have cow plants a lot because it was like kind of like a pet. Cow pants. I want cow print pants, actually. No, I was gonna say that cow plants were the closest you could get to a pet before we had cats and dogs too, because at least with cow plants you can actually like feed them and talk to them and stuff. You can't name them, but like you can in your head. Anyway, moral of the story is, I kind of miss the olden days when I tried to have cow plants as friends because I didn't have any friends or any pets. I'm so glad that we have cats and dogs in The Sims 4 now. I feel like even if I don't play with them that much, because to be honest, I don't really play The Sims that much as far as gameplay goes, I want to play again. I want to make a new legacy family. I want to play a legacy challenge. Oh, I want to play a legacy challenge in The Sims 4. I'm emotional. Wait, I might do that on Twitch today. Today's, Wednesday for me? We'll see what happens, but I just miss how I used to play The Sims with, like, legacy challenges, and I would get a dog, and, like, I miss the good old days, because now whenever I play Sims, it's, like, baby challenge, madness, and I don't really play as, like, invested in the family anymore as I used to. I just build mostly, which is not a bad thing. I love to build in The Sims, too, but, like, I kind of miss the olden days. And I was going to say, though, I like how we have cats and dogs now, because even if I don't play with them that much, I like because I like to do a lot of setting up families, too, like with my Simsy save, and so I'll, like, invent a story for a family, and even if I don't play with them, I still, like, made the Sims and made them a house and wrote them a story, and so it's kind of fun to have cats and dogs to, like, give them that for the story, like, give them the pet, give them the puppy, you know, give them the golden retriever. It makes such a big difference in their lives, you know, because pets are so important to us in real life, and, like, you can give it to your Sims, and they can experience the joy that is having a pet, and I love my cat a lot, and I want my Sims to have cats that they can love too, okay? If I didn't have my cat, I would be so lonely. Oh my god. I think about that a lot, because I live alone. I don't really have any friends. I mean, like, I don't really have many friends around here, because I've got a lot of internet pals, you know, that live on the other side of the world, and so if I didn't have my cat, there wouldn't be any other, like, real life interaction in my day-to-day life, except for, like, seeing my mom on the weekends, you know? And that's just not good. So shout out to my cat one time. She has an Instagram. It's at snapcatsy. I'll link it in the description box down below. She's really cute. She's very majestic. I'm just saying. You'll love her. She's old. and she's really beautiful. She's very, like I said, majestic is the right word. She's turning 11 in June. Sorry, I get stressed when I think about that. I love my cat so much. She's my best friend. She's blah, 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 blah. She's been my best friend for years and years and years. But it's okay. Her and I have something special, okay? I'm just saying. What are your thoughts on cats and dogs and cow plants? How many cow plants do you have? Let me know in the comments down below. How many cows do you have? Do any of you have cows? Surely some of you do. Someone here has cows. I know you do. I know you've got cows. Tell us about it in the comments, okay? It's so fun when I'm streaming, and I go on these, like, little mini tangents like this all the time on stream, obviously, and I'll be talking, and I'm like, okay, somebody's got a cow. Come on, speak up. And then there's someone in chat, and they're like, yeah, I've got cows. I live on a farm with my grandma. She's got cows. And they'll start talking about it. I love that. I love that so much, because, I mean, in the YouTube comments, it's one thing to ask for it, but, like, on Twitch, you get, like, an immediate reaction to that, and it's like, oh yeah, that's me. I'm the cow freak. And then I'll ask something else, and it's like, yeah, I've got a goat. Goats, every goat, speak up, please. Any goats in the room, let me know in the comments down below. I just think that's fun. I know I plug Twitch all the time, I'm sorry about that, but like, I stream every single day. Obviously, Twitch is a huge part of my life because of that, and so I talk about it a lot, and I also stream all of my builds, so like a lot of my builds. Most of the building I do on Twitch now, but because of that, like, I'll have stories relating to this build from the stream, and I stream, like I said, every single day, 4 p.m. Eastern time. If you haven't seen my streams, I think you'll enjoy them. I mean, I do. It's just really fun. We hang out, we build, we make jokes, we talk about cows. Like, it's really, I don't think I've ever mentioned cows on my stream a single time ever in my life, but we used to talk about goats a lot, if that helps. I don't know, I'm live for like 3 hours a day, and we just build things, and like everyone helps, and it's just a good, fun, and fresh time. It's very wholesome. We're all friends. Like, I love the live interaction there, because like I said before, with the comments, like, it's one thing to post a comment on the video, but like, I recorded this video today on Wednesday. You're gonna see it on Sunday, so like, I asked a question today. Let's be real, I am not gonna know what I said in this video by the time you guys start commenting on it. So like, you're all gonna be like, haha, yeah, I've got cows, and I'll see the comments and be like, what are they talking about? Like, what does that even mean? Why are they all talking about cows in my comments? Like, what's going on? And then I'll remember, but it's like, I don't know, the delay, you know? But on Twitch, it's instant. I'll be like, haha, cows, and the whole chat's like, yeah, haha, cows, immediately. And we can like talk like friends. It's way better. I mean, there's pros and cons to both YouTube and Twitch, but the interaction is way better, and you can't deny that. Like, just on Twitch, the interaction is so good, and it's so fun, and I love having that, like, live community with you guys. I'm having a hard time talking today, as you can probably tell. I recorded this voiceover today instead of cleaning my house, because I needed, so here's the thing. I just dropped my chapstick. Sorry about that. I have a ton of homework to do today, which I've done most of, but there's one thing that I'm kind of like, I don't want to write this 1,000-word discussion post right now, so I've been putting it off a teeny bit, and then I started panicking a little bit about it, so I was going to clean my house, because I always clean when I get anxious, and then I was like, okay, my house is already clean. Let's be a little bit more productive with our time here. Let's make a video instead. Okay, you don't need to clean your house again. You cleaned it this morning. Like, let's calm down, Simsie. There's only so much you can do as far as cleaning your house goes. There is a point where it is too clean. Like, what am I gonna do? I had this urge to clean my house, but like, I don't have anything left. So it's fine. I'll be fine. I made a video. It's passed. The urge has passed. Video's almost done. I can do why can't I talk today? I keep like, which is embarrassing, but either way, I can do my discussion post now, which, by the way, Professor, can I just say that you call it a discussion post, but it's 1,000 words per week. We know that's not a discussion post, okay? If it's 1,000 words and then like another 500 reply to a classmate, you're not asking me for a discussion post at this point, okay? You're asking me for an essay. And you're just calling it a discussion post so you can grade it lightly, but you're asking me for an essay. And it's fine, but like, call it what it is, okay? I'm sorry, I'll get over it. I complain about this every single day. Every week, I'm like, guys, my discussion post, in air quotes, I'll go. Love that class, though. Great fun. History of Mesopotamia. That sounds like a lie, but I enjoy that class a lot. It's really interesting. But yeah, shout out Mesopotamia one time. Also, shout out to my cat. Link down below to her Instagram. But I'm going to cut off right here. Make sure to go ahead and leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day. And so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. See, like, history of Mesopotamia sounds boring, but it's actually my favorite class right now, so be nice. Also, any history majors, let me know. Let's unite in the comments, okay? I love you.